Hi, it's your editor Sean again, just letting you know that because this wasn't a planned part 1 and part 2 episode, there's no actual intro, so this is just going to go straight into their top 10. So without further ado, here are Ethan and Matthew with their top 10 summer anime of 2021.
All right, we're back.
Tadaima!
Tadaimas. Alrighty. All right, are we ready to finish summer once and for all?
Yes, we're ready to conclude this with the most anticipated portion of our podcast. I think this might be honestly one of the things I look forward to the most in terms of our podcast is when we get to the end of the season and we get to spill our guts out on our
Yeah,
top
and we really didn't tell people what was our number one. We just gushed, but
Oh,
they had to guess basically.
Yeah, dude.
Before we do our top 10, we're gonna do our honorable mention.
Yeah. What's your third?
We had about 3. But you go first.
I went with Million Lives. Million Lives. You know what's interesting too? Out of all the anime, I'm gonna tell you what I gave my top 10 in terms of numbers real quick, and I'll go over them again when I get to them. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3.5. Although this port, like I said, is 4, 4.5. 4, 4. Although I haven't graded it yet, I would give this 4 though. 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4. I gave Million Lives a 4 out of 5. And you would think, why did I give a 4 out of 5 anime my third honorable mention, which is the 13th best anime of the season? I liked Million Lives. Million Lives was significantly better. Million Lives 2, season 2, by the way, I'm talking about. Million Lives season 2 was significantly better than season 1. I gave it a 4 out of 5 because the story was really engaging. I liked it. I just enjoyed the other 12 anime more. I feel like you can give something a good score and give something else a lesser score,
but you just enjoyed it better.
But you just enjoy it more for whatever that provides versus the other one.
Because these aren't based on quality and rating. It's just what we liked better.
Yeah, exactly. So I gave it to Million Lives.
All right. What were your other 2?
Oh, you know what? I wanted to go into.
Okay. All right. Fine. Detective is already dead. It didn't make the cut for me.
It didn't even make the cut for me.
I tried. There was some to like to give it that honorable mention at least, but overall the characters were just bad. Except for Siesta and Kimi together.
Yeah,
it was a dud.
Yeah,
and I did not care much about it. I will watch season 2 if there is one, but I just hope it fucking improves. The flashback is over. Let's get to the real shit.
Yeah. I feel you.
Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me was Kageki Shojo.
All right.
I gave it to Kageki Shojo. I mean, at the end of the day, Matthew doesn't mind the catty shit. I hate it. I hate watching catty fucking females. I just don't. I fucking hate it. But the other redeeming parts of the show is the drama that we got at the beginning of the show. The first 5 episodes I loved because it was full of drama. Whether it was the stalker, whether it was Yamada's eating disorder, whether it was Karu's failed love, those all made impressions with me. And then I felt like the second half of the show, it lost steam. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it by any means. It was indifferent about it. And then the final couple episodes, with the performances definitely made up for it. And I definitely liked the final 3 episodes where they had to deal with the Shakespeare performances and the performances that we did get from all the girls and from Ando and all of that. And so as we've mentioned, I and Yamada and Sarasa were the 3, and then Sawa are the 4, I should say, the 4 most prominent performances that really, really, really stood out as sensational. And so that saved it for me. But I just liked everything else. Same thing. So I liked everything else more ahead of it.
Very good. And mine.
I gave that a 3 out of 5. Gave that a 3 out of 5. Solid 3. Solid 3 out of 5.
Mine is the Tonikawa Over the Moon for You OVA.
So we had a discussion about this. Let's preface this, guys. We had a discussion, and so I didn't pick any ovas just because I just But at the same,
I get OVAs, OMAs. They count despite the length. They still are considered the anime that got broadcast in that season.
Yeah.
So
I love Tony Kawa over.
Oh yeah, I did too. That's why.
I mean, bro, if we were gonna go back, then I want to go back to fucking Spring and fucking give what's it called, Kagi or something.
Oh yeah, no.
That would have been top 5 as far as
no. That was on there. That probably would be best comedy, but
that single episode was one of the most amazing pieces I've seen this year. You gotta be.
Oh, don't worry, we'll have an OVA category at the end of the year. So.
But there aren't that many OVAs that we're watching. I know OVA.
Yeah, we've watched a good amount so far.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can count them as a spring thing, but at the end of the year we'll count an OVA category.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying like at the end of the season. I was like, what overs are coming out this season?
No. This overall the year.
Ganabre? Shit.
That's an OVA. Yeah, that counts. That will count as one.
I don't think that counts as an OVA.
No, it's not OVA. It's something else. Hold on.
It's a TV short.
Yeah, there's a term for them. ONA. They're ONA.
All right, whatever.
All right, but yeah, that was mine. What was your last honorable mention?
Honorable mention number 1 is Realist Hero for me. Again, I liked it. I liked the concept of Realist Hero. The thing that really just didn't hit was the action. There's not a lot of action, which is fine. I appreciated the fact that it was a unique take on isekai and that it didn't feature much action. It featured a lot of brain power and thinking and scheming and, you know, the things that it did provide. Because, again, it does provide a different all right, let me back that up. I keep mentioning it provides different aspects of it, but it really opens your eyes to what it's like to be a leader. Like people think of like, you know, the president as someone who I can make all these decisions. I'm responsible for speaking to, you know, important people about stuff. But when you really break down all the things that the president, for example, again, just as an example, the president has to deal with, you know, you're dealing with economic things, you're dealing with financial things, you're dealing with calamities, you're dealing with wars and military, you're dealing with, I mean, could you say race relations to a tiny extent, perhaps, with with Realist? I mean, did you deal with that a lot?
A little bit.
A tiny bit, yeah. So there's all these different facets that Soma had to deal with, and it gives you a real perspective of what it's like when he had an agricultural issue, what it's like when he dealt with the financial issue, what he dealt with when a tragic calamity happened, what it's like when he had to deal with a war. And we get in-depth looks on how each of these things were processed based off of his things, and I thought that was very unique. But again, everything above it had some more emotional story or had some more solid action. So that's why I gave it number 1 honorable mention.
Very good. This one is a full disclosure again. If something continues on, like continues past the previous season, I still count it as that previous season, unless there is that 3-month gap, like a part 2 ordeal. But, however, this one I could just not ignore. The My Villain Academia arc.
Yeah, I put My Hero in my top 10.
Like I said, if it was like a split up thing, I would have. But I just cannot ignore this arc. That's why it's in my top honorable mention at the very least. I will just give it that.
Yeah, it's stupendous.
For just that arc, and like it just the span of those 4 to 5 episodes.
Yeah, we
got so much backstory on these villains, especially Shigaraki. And Jesus Christ, I just felt so bad for him. And it's sad.
Yeah, they sad. Really created sympathy for such a demonic character because he's a demon at this point, dude. He really, especially with the power ups he's gonna get, he's a fucking absolute beastly demon, dude. And they made him,
you're gonna have to kill him.
Sympathetic as fuck. You made him so sympathetic. Like so many people that we've seen, dude, they're like, fuck the kids. I'm all about Shigaraki.
Exactly, yeah. And then maybe want to see if season 6 will deliver. I hope it does.
I'm very curious to see what the movie. By the way, we're gonna review the movie, right? I imagine so.
When's that coming out?
October 29th. I've got tickets already. I'm going with a whole fucking gang of people.
Oh, I gotta buy tickets. Shit.
Yeah, dude, it comes out October 29th.
Yeah, I'll be back from vacation, Ben. So
so we're gonna review it. But the point what I was making is that I'm curious to see what we're gonna see from there because the last movie they did, what was it? 2 Heroes, I think it was. That was the last one.
No, Heroes Rising.
Was it Heroes? All right, Heroes Rising. So that, according to, even though it's not considered canon, according to the time frame, that's supposed to be done after season 5. So in theory, that arc happens after the what's it called? Well, you can't even say that because it's supposed to happen after season 5, but the end of season 5 is basically they're in the springtime.
Yeah.
So it's basically between 5 and 6. It's actually after 6. It's got to be after 6 because then they're in the summer of their second year.
All right.
So I'm curious, but my entire point is I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do for that movie and how that coincides with the canon that may or may not be shown in regards to that. So we can maybe get a glimpse of what may happen during season 6. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A potential power up or something like that. So yeah.
All right. Let's get to our 10.
Yes.
Number 10. Oh, you want me to go first or you got it?
You go first this time. Let's alternate.
All right. Number 10, I'm giving it to Realist Hero.
Okay.
It almost didn't make it, if I was being honest, but I gave it there because of the potential going forward.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do wish there was more depth of certain characters, like they were just like a one episode and done. I could just know about them and that's it. Good job.
We're probably gonna get that in season.
Exactly, as I said, but again, it was the fact I was disappointed in that. I like Soma. He's voiced by Subaru and Senku, so just him being Soma is a treat for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like some of the other characters that were developed, like Alicia, Juna, Alicia, the Aisha, whatever the fuck that elf's name is, the horror elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all that. The fights weren't bad, but they were also weak at the same time. But again, there wasn't focus on the fights. It was just focused on intelligence and strategy. That is what we got.
Mm.
So that aspect I liked. I like the concept. It is weak right now, but again, the potential is there. So I hope part 2 fixes any issues I had with it. Make it like a more memorable anime going forward.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I mean, we're only one spot off. I gave it honorable mention number 1. You gave it number 10.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead.
Girlfriend.
All right.
I went girlfriend number 10. It's cringeworthy, as I've said before, but it's not nearly as bad as a Rent a Girlfriend or anything like that. Again, similar to how I felt about Kageki Shojo. At the end of the day, like the beginning was good, the middle lost steam. I was getting a little annoyed toward the middle, and then the end was just so fucking hilarious. That end made it a top 10 anime. A lot of people have this as anime of the season. I don't fucking know how. I have zero idea how the fuck this became anime of the season in certain avenues of the anime world, but it did. But I have it as my number 10 anime of the year. Like I said, it was good. I laughed a lot. It's cringeworthy, but not in a terribly like awful way. I hope there's a season 2. I'll be definitely watch it if there's a season 2. But yeah, we'll see.
If Rent a Girlfriend could get one, this thing.
Yeah, I mean they didn't announce Rent a Girlfriend either until like I think it was like 6 months afterwards or something like that they announced or 3 months afterwards that they announced the season 2.
I think a month later.
Yeah, they gave it some time, so we'll see on the girlfriend. I hope there is a season 2. I'll watch it, but everything else above it is way better for me. Gave it a 3 out of 5.
All right, number 9. My next slip as a villainous or roots lead to Doom X. I had high hopes that this could have been higher. This really could have been higher, but the fact that the first half felt like mostly filler.
Goddamn Bakarina.
Yeah, Bakarina too. I got no substance in my cake the first half around, but when it did pick up, it was really good. Though, but again, I think it's a little too late. But I am excited for year 2, basically in the magic school, like the college, as they say. And I'm excited to see more about these new characters. I feel like some of the ones in the reverse harem were just there. Because in season 1 they were all fleshed out. This one was just Dorado being forward, Keith making his moves, and then the other ones were just there. So that was a little bit of a drag, but again, it definitely picked up. Still funny. Bakarina is still Bakarina, and that's really it for that one. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, or 7 out of 10, whichever you want to call it. But that definitely good stuff. But again, just a little lower than I wanted to grade it, unfortunately.
Fair. The rest of my animes now are 4s and above. My number 9 was Sukamichi. A very underrated anime, as I've said before. Another unique take on an isekai. It's basically a comedic version of Realist Hero. As I've said before, the show follows what's his face? God damn it, Makoto. And Makoto is ugly as fuck in real life, but he's summoned to an alternate world one day by a goddess. The goddess sees that he's ugly as fuck and is like, no, you're too ugly to be my disciple. Fuck you. I'm gonna drop you over in the nether regions of the world. And you're not gonna be able to speak English, but hey, we'll let you speak demon and good luck, motherfucker. And he dropped him. And so the story basically follows how he wants to get revenge and he's super OP. So we still get the OP character, and let me tell you, he's very OP. It's a comedy. I laughed, not as much as some of the other ones, but just seeing that OP action, especially at the end, what really sold me, it was a 3 out of 5 for me the majority of the season, but the final 2 episodes really, really pushed it over to a 4 for me. Episode 11 with the cold-blooded murder that he committed of the person who killed his friends. So raw, so crazy. Like that's something that you would have seen from a real, no, I'm sorry, a Shield Hero. I think I was supposed to say Shield Hero before and I didn't. I'm sorry.
Right.
I meant to say Shield Hero. Something like Shield Hero, Darkness of Shield Hero. So anyway, so that episode 11 was crazy, and then that final episode, the season finale, where he had that crazy all-out battle where he had to use all his mana, but it was fucking incredible. Like it was absolutely marvelous to see that action, and that gives me high hopes for season 2, which they have announced as well. They have announced, I believe, for 2022. I think it's in summer or fall of 2022. But I have high hopes for season 2 of Sukamichi because we're gonna see that shit, and that's gonna be great. So I feel kind of the same way how you feel with that whole aspect of like we'll wait till they have that second part to see how it shakes out. But I gave Sukamichi a solid 4 out of 5. It is my number 9 of the.
All right, very good. Number 8 for me is Girlfriend.
Okay.
I like the cringe. We talked about it enough. Nagisa and Saki were a great joy in this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely enjoy the time together. It's cringy, but I prefer this over Rent a Girlfriend any day.
Facts.
3 out of the 4 girls were very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Again, even though Shino was more of a side character in this season, she
Mm-hmm.
was still much more memorable. Rika she's just a big titty streamer. That's all she is. That's all you need to know. Noya, yeah, his creepy eyes, but
his eyes bothered me so much.
I'll say
so much. Worst eyes drawn ever.
But I have to admire determination throughout the whole thing, though.
No, if we're gonna nitpick, if we're gonna start going into details and start nitpicking it, I didn't like his eyes whatsoever. They scared me, and his determination is borderline obsession and disturbing obsession.
I know, but it's like one of those like at the same time it's like.
And he's stupid.
God damn.
And he's stupid.
All harem MCs are stupid.
I mean, he's considerate, which is very admirable, but he's fucking stupid.
That's it. I give him plenty of credit for figuring out these ideas, and for God's sakes, get your libido.
Yeah, bro, how the fuck you have a naked girl and you not pop a stiffy?
And a bunny and a maid.
And a bunny and a maid, and you touch titty, and bro, come on.
And plenty of straddling.
Come on.
You're a teenage boy. You should. Oh God, these Kazuya masturbated every day. Every ED he masturbated. That's what the ED.
Yeah, it is. That's so crazy.
That's all it is. Mm-mm. People that he's paying.
The Dojin's better than the regular anime, though.
Well, yeah. That goes by saying. All right. What is your number 8?
Aquatope.
All right.
Aquatope. People would be surprised considering how much I just gushed about Aquatope. I mean, it's a continuation. So, I mean, we're going to see how the second half.
Higher,
yeah, it could have been higher, but at the same time, everything else, I loved everything else more. But
question. If it was just this one part, would you rate it higher, or would you rate it lower, or would you rate it the same?
So, I'm going to spoil my number 7 as well, because my number 7 is My Hero. If we're not counting My Hero, it would go higher. I wouldn't put it above 6 through 1.
I'm saying, like, if it just ended right there with the Aquarian closing, would it have been higher for you, or would it have been like lower, or would it be the same?
I would have put Sukamichi above it.
So it would go down, is what you're saying?
It would have gone down 1 if if
it ended with Aquarian.
If we didn't count, and if we didn't count My Hero, then it would have stayed where it's at, and I would have put Sukamichi above it.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, you spoiled you too, so.
Yeah, I mean, real quick on Aquatope though. I mean, you know, I didn't grade it on my actual analyst because it's still going. By definition, it's halfway. I don't start grading things till about three-quarter way if I can help it. I gave as it stands right now. I really feel Aquatope is a 4 out of 5. Like I said, Sukamichi on 4 and 5s. Aquatope is a 4 out of 5 for me just because of the story. And I was trying to sell this. This is one of the ones I remember I told you I told my boss about animes that I suggested, and I suggested Uramichi. I suggested other ones like Cowboy Bebop and Code Geass because those are like really really cool and accessible. I also suggested Way of the House Husband because it's hilarious and on Netflix as well, so it's easily accessible for him. But if he was going to go out of his way, I recommended or I mentioned Aquatope because the one thing that I'm truly looking forward to is it's becoming the tale of two anime. It's becoming a tale of a girl whose dreams were fail and they're unfulfilled, and that's a decent story. But as we said in the episode 13 review, as we go into fall, the show is now becoming something I think more powerful, which or at least has the ability to become more powerful, and it's the reality of a young adult struggling to adapt to a new job, to a new environment, to new feelings, to new ideas, as any young adult often faces when they're 19, 18, 19, 20 years old. The questions of forever now. And because when you think about it, right? Even I don't know. I've always been an older soul, so I've always thought of how, I'm 20 years old, I'm 25 years old. Now I'm 30. I just turned 30. It's all a drop in the bucket in the microcosm of life, but in terms of, thinking about your future, every day that you live once you become an adult, you're thinking about you should be, or at least you should be thinking about forever in some capacity. And so we're going to see that now with Fuka and with Kukuru. They have yet to delve into what Fuka's done in the year or two since the episode 12, but I have potential. I have faith that the potential for that second half and that story to be told will be even better than the first. But as we kept mentioning throughout the season, I think Aquatope, it really lended itself in terms of like the emotions of the pain that people felt, the pain of failure that Fuka felt, the pain of loneliness that Kukuru felt with losing her parents and the place where she grew up, and now knowing, as we said in the season finale, that she had an unborn sister, and having that lonely like not having a sister until she met Fuka. I mean, that's all really significant, and it's a great story. And so, yeah, I gave it a solid 4 out of 5. I can't think of much that I would say that's wrong with the anime as a whole. Some parts were slower than others, but there was nothing inherently wrong with anything, truly, I feel. So
very good. Actually, my number 7 was Aquatope.
Okay. What's your number 8? And we'll go into number 7 quickly.
I said my 8.
Oh, you said your 8? Okay.
Yeah, it was girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, because we were doing it backwards. Sorry, yeah. So 7 is Aquatope. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, 7 is Aquatope. Basically everything you just said. It probably would have been. I probably would have rated it the same if it ended right here. There's a lot to like, but again, there's just the rest were just better. So there's nothing wrong with this. I liked everything about it.
At all.
So I still highly recommend it, especially if you're into slice of life and if you like the aquatic life.
Yeah,
definitely for sure.
And you know something? I just talked myself. You mentioned like, oh, if it's ended right there, would it stay the same or lower? And I said I'd put Tsukamichi above that if we didn't count My Hero. I lied. I'll keep Aquatope where it's at. So it would be one higher if we weren't counting My Hero.
Yeah, it would just be like a bittersweet ending, basically.
It would be a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, but again, there's more to come, and I'm excited.
You know what's a shame though? We haven't talked about fall yet, but there's so many good anime in fall. There's not a chance in God's green creation, I feel, that this wins anime of the year, or it may, if it gets lucky, crack the top 5. But there's so many different and fantastic anime that are coming out in fall. It's got a tough road ahead in terms.
Oh yeah, no, it's probably not even gonna touch fall. Let's.
It's not gonna touch fall, but I mean, and that's a shame because it's gonna be. I have real faith that it's gonna be really well, but you know.
All right, we will definitely see. Again, we talked about this so much.
Yeah.
It's still we probably would have graded it higher, but again, there's a lot of better stuff.
Yeah. My number 7, as I mentioned, was My Hero. So, I mean, so here's all right. Let's break down the biggest complaint hero, and the biggest complaint is going to be the class versus class that started during spring.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even remember. Did I rate My Hero in spring? I don't think I did.
You put it in the honorable mention.
I put an honorable mention. Okay.
But now you're talking about the second half.
The second half, and the second half is significantly better, not only because of the My Villain Academia arc that Matthew mentioned, but the very underrated arc of what's his face, Todoroki and his family. Very, very good. And one thing I kept mentioning this about My Hero is that in terms of action, the first half was mediocre. The second half was outstanding. 6 out of 5. It was fantastic. But one thing that people are looking past is the storytelling aspect. I feel not since season 1 have we had so much meaningful storytelling, from the backstory that we got on each villain to the backstory of Todoroki and the healing process that he's going through with his father Endeavor and the rest of his family, to the one new kid, even in the mediocre arc, the one new kid that is going to join the class with the voice. I forget his name. We get his background to a certain extent as well. And so very, very, very deep in terms of storytelling. And then also adding the layer with Midoriya and the Black Whip, Kuro Whip. It's not as bad as people are saying. Obviously, the My Villain Academia arc will outshine it by a long shot, and rightfully so. Not saying anything about that, but it's got a lot more than people give it. And like I said, in terms of the storytelling of it, it's one of the strongest seasons of pure storytelling that you can get, as far as I'm concerned, in the entire series thus far. And if you can appreciate a damn good story, then I don't understand why you can't appreciate this as a solid anime. I gave it a 4 out of 5. If it was just the My Villain Academia arc and the Todoroki arc, it would have been a 5.5 out of 5 if I could grade it. I would have gone Meltzer. Full Meltzer. Yeah. I would have fucking given it.
Please don't be Meltzer. No one likes Meltzer.
I would have been over it, but I would have definitely given it a 5 out of 5. But the mediocrity of the first portion of the arc, it gives it a solid 4 out of 5 for me. And that's about it.
All right. Number 6, Sunny Boy. It was close to being a top 5, but again, I think that there was more questions. I kind of want answered, like about certain characters. Did the students find War after they were going to try to kill him? I want to know more about Aki Sensei, since she wasn't a real teacher, a student, because again, only students go into this world. But okay, it was just what actually happened to all these students that were not around anymore at the last episode. But and that, again, the mystery was there. Some of the characters were enjoyable. The powers, or gifts as they call them, were unique. I loved the backstory on Yamabiko when they were talking about War, like, and how he met up with our characters eventually. Just the fact that he just went for that, struggling for all that, and just watching the die. And those tumors, are Jesus.
Yeah.
They're grotesque to look at. And it's all that mental scar from everyone. It's like, geez, that's a lot.
Yeah, dude.
But
sure.
But yeah, other than that, it's just focused on personal growth, especially from Nagara. And again, and the zombie dying, it felt so out of nowhere. But it's like she'll come back, and she find out she's not. But all these people are alive in this new separate worlds, but it's not them. The ones that they know are gone. And they have to live with that, and they have to move forward with their life with that. But definitely, okay, I got a lot. If I enjoyed it more in the beginning, it probably would have been higher. The fact it took a little while, I still think it's a great spot, like in number 6, despite bad stuff, definitely big jump.
Like I said before, Sunny Boy is your equivalent to Duke for me, because Duke made a big jump as well for me, and we'll get into that momentarily. Spoiler alert, it's in my top 5.
Yep.
Before I tell my number 6, you know what I just realized? What? I know Vanitas is going to be in your top 5. We agree on, I think, 4 out of our top 5. It's just a matter of order.
Right. Yeah.
Because let me ask, as a quick spoiler, you don't have Slime in there, do you?
Well, no, because I haven't watched it.
Yeah. So you don't have Slime in there. So wherever Slime is, I have a feeling Vanitas will be where Slime is for me. But anyway, we'll get into that momentarily. My number 6 is Boruto. I don't normally, again, it's a continual anime. It's a constant continual. But if we're talking about the arc, it's the best arc that they've ever had by a long shot. And like I said, the last like 75 episodes have been to 100 episodes have been fantastic. I've been 4 out of 5 to 4 between 4 and 5 for sure. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't stress it enough. But if we're talking just the summer arc, this summer arc was incredible, absolutely incredible. You know, I by definition, the My Villain Academia arc is way better than anything from Boruto, no doubt. I'm not gonna deny that. But again, the mediocrity of that first part of My Hero, which again wasn't really in summer, but if I'm kind of count the whole anime, I got to look at that. The mediocrity kills it for me, and I puts Boruto above it because there was nothing mediocre about anything that's gone on through any portion of the summer season for Boruto. It's the strongest it's been, and as I've mentioned before, or I tried to mention earlier in the episode, I should say, is that they started fall with a banger because fall starts out with Ishiki and Naruto in Baron mode, and then continues with Kurama's death. I mean, man, you talk about a strong opening for fall. Holy fucking hell, that's crazy. But Boruto is my number 6, the highest it's ever been rated ever in my watching it. And I'm so grateful that it's gotten to this point where I can vent and I can, go on about it, and not everyone looks at me like I'm a retarded person. Only certain people, and those certain people can suck my fucking left nut.
All right, number 5. We're
getting into the top 5, baby.
Duke of Death.
Ooh.
That is made. I'm gonna be real right now. This 5 is hard. It could have gone anyway. I love them all equally, but this went straight to number 5. I love the romance. I love the growth of Bochan. Alice is terrific. Kath and Zane are treats. So is Rob. The scene in the witch's world was great as well for that little bit. She's dead. Go away. Go home now. Never return. Don't dig. If you dig, I'll kill you. And just Bochan confronting the mother at the end after being told no to marry Alice. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I was alone. I was gonna kill myself, and she was the only one there that was fruit. And what did you do? You were grooming Walter. So fuck you.
Grooming and not in a bad way either.
Oh, probably both.
Depending on how you want to look at it.
Well, arranged marriage.
I guess.
He was grooming him for marriage. But God damn it. And then he left, and the mom was like, "Where did you get the balls?"
Alice has been teasing them. That's why, bitch.
Exactly. They've been growing. It's fucking grapefruits at this point, folks.
Vince McMahon style grapefruits.
Exactly. Oh no! Everything about this worked. The CG animation for it was beautiful. Music is beautiful. I love this type of gothic romance done right.
Yeah,
and this is something definitely done right. Tim Burton, for fuck's sake, stop peeking and do this.
Yeah, dude. Tim Burton style was fucking amazing. Definitely unique. My number 5 was Revengers.
All right.
I gave Tokyo Revengers number 5. Solid storytelling. The one knock that we agree upon, Takemichi cries too fucking much, dude. He just cries too goddamn much.
I just want to punch him.
Dude. Like, he's worse than Asta. He's worse than Midoriya. He's worse than fucking a lot of characters, dude, that are fucking crybabies. I mean, goddamn. But beyond Takemichi's...
Calm the fuck down.
I know, but beyond Takemichi's consistent crying, I mean, the story it's fantastic. By the way, spoiler alert: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've all given 5 stars for me. So each anime is 5 stars. But yeah, Revengers, the drama that you get. I mean, they said that they base part of the drama on ReZero, and you can tell with like, oh, I've done it. Psych, no, you haven't. Like, I've done it. Psych, no, you haven't. I've done it. Psych, you might be dead. We'll find out on the next season of ReZero. I'm sorry, of Revengers.
It's a Ron show.
Well, maybe ReZero too. Yeah, as we know, fucking thanks to Marte's fucking punk ass who spoiled it way back when in the group. Were you in the group when he spoiled it?
We spoiled ReZero or?
Yeah, he spoiled the beginning of ReZero. He was like, "Oh, I hate this fucking happy ending, sappy bullshit. It's fucking lame. I want to see fucking death and depression."
I was not. Well,
let me tell you real quick. Let's sidebar for 2 seconds.
We're trying to wrap this up, damn it.
No, man, this fucking cocksucker.
All right, fine. All right.
This fucking piece of shit cocksucking fucking twit. Fucking go, man, I didn't like the ending. It's so happy. I want to see fucking sadness and death. Man, I don't want fucking happy fucking Subaru and fucking Amelia because it's all about Ram. Who the fuck is Ram? Ram is the most amazing character in the world. And fuck Amelia. I hope she fucking dies. It's so fucking lame. Meh. So then fucking goes. This motherfucker goes. And he's like, oh, dude. I spoiled myself, and I'm so grateful I did because all these motherfuckers die at the beginning of next season. Like, bro, the fuck are you doing? And he started going into details. I was like, no, I don't want to know shit. Shut the fuck up. Oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, no, I wasn't ready. I think you weren't bitching, man. Fuck. So, yeah, dude, fuck him. Anyway.
What was your 5?
Tokyo Revengers.
Okay, now or number 4 now. Fuck!
At least I popped you when I was making fun of Martin.
All right. Remake Our Life.
The best part is he's not going to fucking talk shit because he doesn't listen to it because it's too long. I don't want to listen to you guys talk. I don't watch it.
All right, let's continue. God damn, it's past 11.
God damn it. All right. 4, Remake. Oh, man.
It's still great. I tell you, it's still great. I still liked everything. But if this was the only season, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be cockblocked.
Yeah.
But I hope there's season 2.
Yeah.
I know it's negative in Japan despite high votes on all these various anime promotional websites.
Fucking no, dude.
So it's like a 50-50, a hard 50-50 if it's going to continue or not.
You know why? Because fucking Japanese people want to go back in time so they can change their lives, and they fucking can't. So they're fucking.
Oh, probably not. Some do. We have the isekai. We have the high schoolers that want to get hit with trucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have the fucking sea truck coon. They're like me.
Yeah, well, again, that's the teenagers.
Watashimo. Hi, Watashimo.
These are adults. So.
Hi, Watashimo.
Could be different.
Hi, Watashimo.
All right, shut up.
I'm saying, yeah, me too in Japanese.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Shut up.
Uruse.
All right, but yeah, I liked a bunch of the characters, but I still feel like there were some unanswered questions with this, with the power. How, like, why she pick him? That ordeal. What is she? Is she human, or is she just some girl on some little lolly on psychedelics? This is all a psychotic hallucination.
Unrelated to the summer. Speaking of lolly, I can't wait to talk about the lolly and fucking jobless reincarnation next week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get.
The Remake Our Life is just, again, a whole thing of psychedelic hallucination. He relived in like an hour. He's like, oh shit, I'm married, I have a kid now. What kind of high is this?
Bro, wouldn't that be fucking amazing if the season ends and then we see it's all like a dream from a hallucinogenic mushroom or something?
To be fair, I hate that cliche so much. The whole, you see it all happens and then they woke up. That's it. I hate that. I hate that so much. That is my least favorite trope. If this happened here, this would have not been on the list at all. It wouldn't even touch the list.
Not even honorable mention.
Not even honorable mention. It would get that coffee. It would get that Christmas cake.
Would it be worse than Nighthead?
Yes. It trumps everything automatically for me.
Oh shit.
If you do that, you're done. I don't care how good you are beforehand, you're done.
Oh my god, if it happened, I would equally be as disappointed as I would be fucking hilarious. I can hear you fucking talk about it on the podcast.
No, I would scream for hours and it'll be a multi-parter of why men hate Remake Our Life. And why the Kaiju commits Sudoku for writing it.
It would be worse than when we talked about fucking Wonder Egg.
Yeah, that's I would call Wonder Egg a masterpiece.
Oh my god, I'm about to get the hiccups because I'm laughing so hard. That was fucking.
Well, yeah. Again, a lot of unnecessary questions prevented me from going higher, especially the cliffhanger. But outside of that, I think it's fantastic. Great animation, great characters. I liked the whole going back.
Yeah.
Just to create this new type of thing, and he learned from it. So just I'm on top of the world. That's it. No, there's consequences, and he actually experienced those consequences.
Yeah.
I got pussy and a kid.
And he doesn't even remember.
No, like he doesn't call Naruto to say, "Hey, you want to catch up?"
Oh my god, dude!
And doesn't even try to reach out to Tsuruyuki. He just works with Kawasagawa. He's like, I'm gonna fuck Shino when I get home.
I wish there was a doujin of him fucking Shino.
I'm pretty sure there is. All right, what's your number 4?
I got hiccups now. Son of a bitch. Number 4, Duke of Death.
All right, very good.
Duke of Death climbed. So let me tell you, if it wasn't for the final 2 episodes of that season, final 3 episodes, mainly the 2, it would have been probably 5. I would have put Revengers above it. But with Duke, everything you mentioned, and again, I'm a sucker, as you know, for a good love story. I'm a sucker for romance. I'm a sucker for just the principle of that ride or die aspect of real, true love, just bearing it all, willing to sacrifice it all for the sake of your love, having that love reciprocated, the pain of not being able to touch and embrace the person you love and dealing with that, and yet being so determined to be able to see if they can break the curse, to have these time frames, and seeing how one person's love is rallying everyone, rallying Walter, who hated him, rallying Viola, who was annoyed with him, having the support because he's such a good person, even though he was in such despair with Rob, and seeing someone who's so down for the cause like Alice, it's special. And then as the surprise that we saw from Duke, from Duke, with the fact that Daleth is most likely the person who cursed Bochan, and Daleth is also holding the corpse of Alice's mother. Completely, utterly shocking. I mean, mix that in with the fact that they have the book that they're gonna go through in season 2 that's already been announced, that Zane has with his power. I mean, it's setting up for an incredible season 2. I hope it really capitalizes and it really hits its mark. I'm praying it does. But yeah, those final 2 episodes definitely vaulted Duke from being good to being great. I have it 4 stars throughout the entire season basically, and then that last 2 episodes, it vaulted it to a 5. It was incredible for me, and I felt such good emotion when I watched those last 2 episodes. I was like, fuck, man, it's a dream. It's a literal dream to have someone like that. And like we said before, no matter who you're into, what you like, who you like, you want someone like an Alice, you want someone like a Bochan, you want that type of relationship, because that's absolutely real. And if you want to see an anime with a real relationship, you can look no further than Duke of Death. And as I said before, and like you said, I should say, everything with the animation style, CGI being unique, the Tim Burton-esque vibes, the music, the ED, the OP, every single aspect of this show was phenomenal. The comedy, the etchiness, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And they're adults, which I didn't find out till later on. Like, I thought they were they were teenagers. I thought they were like 14, 15, 16. No, they're 18. This is an adult love. This is absolutely something that people that complain, especially people that complain about, like, oh, this doesn't have anything to do with adults, it's always about teenagers, da 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 da. Here you go. Perfect example of rom-com with real romance, with funny comedy that has to do with adults. That's everything you should want. So can't speak highly enough. The only thing is the top 3 that are our top 3 are just that much better.
All right, number 3, Kageki Shojo.
That's crazy how I picked it as the number 12 and you picked it as number 3.
Well, I liked it a little more differently than you did.
A little? Jesus.
Well, again, I liked it more than you did.
Yeah, clearly. All right, go
ahead. Fuck you.
Hey, buy me dinner first.
No, screw it.
Did already. Oh, you did already.
Number 3, Koikimo from Spring. Fuck you.
Koikimo.
Fuck you. That's my Ethan.
Oh my god. What did you? I gave it. Did I give it an honorable mention? I think I did give it an honorable mention. What did you name Koikimo?
No, it was an honorable mention.
Honorable mention reads.
It was like the number one honorable mention.
Yeah, mine was like number 3. All right, whatever. Keep on going. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Anyway, we're going back.
Go ahead.
Again, I like the drama of it. I used to do theater for a semester or two, so I liked seeing all that. It felt good.
I like theater. My cousins do theater.
Exactly. Yeah. I love the theater aspect. I liked the struggles that some of the girls were going through, even though it didn't pick up as much for you. I still got it from some, especially Yamada, especially and then Sarasa finding her identity. And again, I love the acting, all the acting scenes.
Yep, great.
And then again, the Yamada singing is great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a potential for a second year, which I really hope that is the case.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I got enough for this type of genre because I don't watch too much shoujo.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do, I usually get good vibes, like Fruits Baskets and Say I Love You.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday for me, or sorry, Sing Yesterday for me, that type of thing. I like them. I get good vibes all the time. Like they're like a rare treat for me in a sense.
Yeah.
As I don't go on my way to watch a bunch of them, but when I do watch them, I'm hardly disappointed.
Yeah.
And this was another one with Kageki Shojo. Okay, I like the theme of it. I liked the good chunk of the characters. I like that it's an all girls school. I think if it was just a boy girl thing, I think it would be just a generic thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there was plenty of I guess I understand some that you did not like or didn't like as much, which I think I completely understand. But I just enjoyed it more. So what was your 3? I'm gonna guess I think I know, but tell me.
Uramichi Onisan.
All right, good. I called it.
You called it number 3 because I mean I basically told you what my number 1 and 2 was going to be.
Oh yeah. So
you knew, babe. I mean, I can already tell Vanitas is going to probably be your number 1, but I won't. I'll let you tell us. Anyway, Uramichi Onisan was number 3. The comedy of the season by a long shot, as far as I'm concerned. If you ever feel depressed and lonely about circumstances beyond your control or shit that you failed on, watch Uramichi Onisan. You'll feel personally attacked because it'll basically seem like it's talking to you. But it does talk to you. No, in all seriousness, though, the hilarity of it is the fact that you have kids that are pointing out to the Onisans how fucked up their lives are, and that's absolutely hilarious. I mean, there's so many different parts that are hilarious. The fucking dick boss, the fucking side characters that work in the office, like the office intern and the office writer and the office makeup artist who's a dude. Those are just 3 off the top of my head, and then each character gets its own focus on how fucked up their lives are, whether it's someone who has a sister complex with their dog, a dog complex with Takeru, to what's her face? Who's the girl? Who's the girl from Uramichi?
The girl?
I forget her name.
Utano
Onisan with fucking not getting married and wanting to be married, which that's a common trope, but a very accurate trope, to Kumatani and the other guy. Who's the other guy?
Ikiteru.
Oh
no,
no.
Are you talking about the guy that gets abused a lot?
No, that's Kumatani. Who's the other guy? The guy who's very straight laced.
No, that is Kumatani.
Oh, Kumatani is who's the guy who gets abused a lot then?
Usahara or Tobikichi.
Usahara. You know what? That is my supporting character of the year. I thought it was the opposite way. That's why I said Kumatani.
No, Kumatani is the cool, level-headed one. The one that gets abused is Tobikichi.
Yeah, Tobikichi is my supporting boy of the year. So let's
revert that. He has it coming. He's you. He's you.
Feels like it sometimes, right? Maybe that's why I identify. Yeah. No, but each character, it has their place. They all have their hilarious moments, especially Tobikichi, and then of course Uramichi Onisan with just all the shit that he goes through, all the feelings that he feels about his shitty 31 years on Earth and all that. It's great, absolutely hilarious. Again, another anime about adulthood and about the shortcomings that adults often face and feel. And it's they're not the biggest magnitude. They didn't fuck up. They didn't have a sexual assault case or anything like that. It wasn't a murder or anything. It's just the silliest shit. But the silliest shit is often the most funny shit, and that's what Uramichi was, consistently, day in, day out, week in, week out, fucking funny. It is up there. It's up there in terms of some of the best comedy that I've ever seen. It's not, to me, the level of Way of House Husband. It's not the level of what's it called, Konosuba. But it's up there, especially what's it called, Ikatero and his dick jokes. Fucking hilarious. Loved it. Every time there was a dick joke, died laughing. Cheapo, cheapo. I loved it. Even his laugh, fucking hilarious. So that's my number 3.
My number 2 is also Uramichi-san.
So we were close. We were close.
We're this by one, but this was close to being number 1. Really.
I know you were debating it.
I know it was so hard.
That's what she said.
But no.
Got him.
This again. If you're a millennial struggling to think your life is over, again, you will feel called out every single time.
And you deserve
with all these lessons, like Ethan said, even just the songs from Ikiteru and Utano.
They were so ridiculous. That was one of the things. If I could pick something I didn't really particularly care for sometimes were the songs. So they were just so out of this fucking world. It's a very small nitpick because most of the time they were funny, but some of them were just so fucking out of this world.
I'm just trying to figure, like, did the director write them or did they just sing them by themselves thinking it would be okay? This is okay for children.
I would love to ask the fucking, how did you come up with the songs? Were they,
Again, Tobikichi, Kumatano, Ikiteru, Utano, Michi the Greats. Kikaku is a fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, he's super fucking nuts, bro. That's the office intern. He's super from marketing. Absolutely insane.
I love him, but like Jesus Christ.
Absolutely nuts.
But outside of the depression and comedy, you really get those genuine moments, especially when the kids tell Uramichi that they appreciate everything he's done.
Yeah,
it gets so cute. It really is.
I forgot to mention that, in that even though we have a lot of hilarious moments, there's also a lot of real moments in terms of like dealing with failures, dealing with struggles, dealing with, the principle of growing up, because it's two polar opposites. You have people that are grown and miserable, kids that are youthful and innocent, and as much as they hilariously bridge the gap between the two, there's several moments in the series where there's a somber reminder of the pains and the realities of growing up, and how the kids should, in most instances, just enjoy their youthful exuberance, enjoy the memories, enjoy the trials and errors, because of the fact that those help define your character, help define who you are, help you figure out who you want to be, what you want to be, where you want to be, and it's all significant. And so as much as you'll get the funny proverbs, you also get the serious proverbs, and that's a great life lesson for people that could use that. There were a couple quotable moments on Uramichi that shocked me throughout the hilarity. That was like, wow, I felt that was not just from like a personal level of being attacked because it's funny, but on a serious raw note. I mean, yeah, totally, dude.
All right, number 2 for you,
Slime.
Really?
Slime.
You switched it. You swindler.
I did switch it because
heel turn.
I'll gush about my number 1, which everyone should figure out by now, as I kind of spoiled Matthew's number 1. We've talked about them for so much. It was kind of obvious at this point for us what our number 1s are going to be, but I switched it. I said I was going to be Slime number 1, but I think I put Slime 2 just because number 1 had a more powerful story, because me and slices of life and powerful stories. But I mean, Slime from beginning to end, action, story, animation, superb. Everything was superb. Hilarious jokes, hilarious references as Matthew said, with the Kamehameha, and all the other shit from all the other different animes that I'm forgetting now. But it was fantastic. And one of the fights of the year with Rimuru and Clayman, utter destruction, which is what everybody was looking forward to the most. Everything about Slime was just so spectacular. I can't wait to see what they do with the movie. Do you know if the movie's going to be canon or not?
I don't know. Depends.
It's coming out in basically September 2022. Yeah, so we have a year till it comes out. I can't wait till it comes out. But yeah, in terms of this season, it was absolutely spectacular. Every character means something, whether it's Gabata, whether it's Shinon, whether it's what's his face, Veldera. the demon lords with Millium and Carrion and all everyone. You can each character means something in that anime. And then, a lot of people talk shit about the Slime Diaries, which I had talked about during the spring, when it was out during spring. But if you watch Slime Diaries, it helps. It's there, and I think that might be the purpose, is for you to give you more character investment. Sure, it's lighthearted, not much action, a lot of comedy, but for what it's worth, it just, it gives you more appreciation, more character depth, more to invest in the character. So when they do something or they grow or anything like that, it means a lot more. And so I got plenty of meaning from Slime, and I was thoroughly satisfied. It was one of the low key things I look forward to every single week, because I knew I was going to get either great story or tremendous action or both. And it delivered in the utmost, and I was very grateful that Slime did.
All right, very good. The ice cream cake that Ethan spoiled like a dick. Case study of Vanitas.
I'm surprised you put it as number one. In all sincerity, I spoiled it kind of as a joke, but in all seriousness, I know you loved Uramichi throughout the entire season. And yeah. I mean, I know you loved Vanitas for many different reasons, but I never once got the inclination that you would put it number one.
There was a lot to love about it. Animation's great. I love the music. OPED, just scores in general. Their visual of Paris is beautiful. Again, Vanitas, Snow, Jenna, Domi, the whole four-way couple thing. I like the characters. There's a lot of fun. When the action is there, there's actually good. Roland, he was close to being my favorite side character. You get a little, again, it's a different vampire thing. Like, it's an interesting type. It's just killing them. It's just wanting to save the vampires. And you're finally putting two and two together, because when at the end of the first episode, you talked about how he kills Vanitas. And now you find out from the last episode what could have caused it when he got bit by that other vampire, Ruford. And that was because, again, like, you have to follow this one command, and that, for all we know, that's probably that one command to kill Vanitas. And again, just the pain of these characters, the backstories, what you do know of Vanitas, but the stuff you know from No, you gotta take it in. His adopted brother got killed in front of him by his teacher. God damn this. But a lot, it definitely ended on a high note. And for part 2, when it comes out in January, I am very excited for it. But again, there's just so much to like more than Uramichi. That's why I gave it. If I was able to pick 2 number ones, it would be them. But we gotta pick one, because there ain't no participation trophy shit.
Fuck that. I feel that.
Bite the bullet. So I said Vanitas, and the very, very close friend.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Tell me your essay.
Hold on, right? So real quick, so someone else can talk shit about me? Question mark. Me? Question mark.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. So surprise. Remake was our number one. It was close. We had mentioned, I wanted to put Slime number one because I just loved it. Everything about it was sensational. But yeah, dude. I mean, when it boils down to remake, I agree with everything you said in terms of some of the question marks. It's a low key 5 for me. Like Slime, solid 5. Uramichi, solid 5. Duke is low key because it bumped from a 4 to a 5, and I would consider remake a low key 4 out of 5. In all sincerity.
But you also enjoyed it a little bit more. You enjoyed it more.
No, I was gonna actually say, you want to know something? I enjoyed Slime more than I enjoyed remake, which is why I was considering putting Slime as number 1. The reality of why I put remake number 1 is, as I mentioned before, I'm just a sucker for like stuff that touches my heart. And you would think that a show that's based off of being able to travel back in time, it shouldn't touch your heart that much because it's unrealistic. I recognize that. It's just, as I've said plenty of times throughout this season, like, from a personal note, there's so many things that I wish I could go back and change about my life, and I'd totally be okay with giving up everything. I have a nice job. I've got okay friends. I've got fucking 152 pairs of shoes worth upwards of over $10,000. I won't give you the exact amount, but I have a nice cat. I've got good family that's always been there for me. I've lived through some great experiences. And there's plenty of times if I can go back, I would give it all up. I don't give a fuck. I would give it all up if I could go back and change my life from around probably freshman year of high school. I'd just relive my high school days, just knowing what I know. That's the thing. There's a caveat probably of if you went back, you wouldn't be able to take what you know. And then, I probably wouldn't go back. But if I could, like Kyoya did, I would do it in a heartbeat. And I would, I'm definitely not as wholesome as Kyoya. I definitely would take advantage of it and profit on it and do things, and that would fuck me up for sure. I'm sure if based off of what we've learned from remake, but just in general, and just in terms of some of the things, whether it was meeting certain people, whether it's acting a certain way, whether it's choosing a different profession. I mean, who knows if I would have even loved anime? You know what I mean? Like in a perfect world, I would have loved to have seen anime. I would have learned to have learned Japanese sooner. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's so many different layers to my life that I wish I could go back and change, or I wish I could have experienced more beforehand or anything like that. But I realize it's not realistic. But when I see stuff like remake, it tugs on the heartstrings of my soul because of the dreams that I have in terms of being able to go back. And that's something that will always win out for me. Things that tug at my heartstrings, things that tug at personal experiences or trauma or things like that. And so I put remake number one because throughout the season, there was so many, like, just seeing him relive this future. I felt like I was somewhat living vicariously through him at times, and I love that aspect of it. We can look at the negatives, like you said, in terms of, hopefully it doesn't stop. The Japanese people, I'll never understand why they don't like this, things like that. So I'm hoping there's a season 2, but as we've mentioned, the music is really good. The animation is top notch. I remember being absolutely blown away. I think it was episode 1 or episode 2 when they're under the purple tree. The same tree, I think that's also in Demon Slayer. But they're under the light in that purple tree. And I was mesmerized. And that was when we first saw Shinoaki and Kyoya. The love triangle between Kyoya and Shinoaki and Nanako is really good. The confession with Kanasegawa at the end, impactful. Him being a good husband, adapting to the reality of, oh shit, I'm married and I'm a father, and him adapting to that so quickly and being genuine with his wife and child, spectacular. I mean, there's so many different things I could go on about the season that I liked. But the main thing I always say is just the reality of like wanting to go back and not being able to, and being able to see that and see how that's progressed. It tugs at me, at least from a personal note. And so, that's why I put it number one. I like I said, honestly, I didn't enjoy it, I don't think, more than Slime, but it just means more to me. And anything that I can find meaning to me, I'm always going to appreciate more than something that I can look at just as an entertainment anime. If I can learn something, if I can feel something, if I can express myself through watching something, if I can relieve myself of stress and internal like struggle through watching an anime, those will always be the top-notch anime for me, no matter what I watch or no matter what is hyped. So that's why I chose remake number one at the end of the day. All
right, and with that, summer is officially over. We're going to take one more commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about our fall lineups for next week, and we're going to close out. Stay tuned.
Are we? I figured we'd hold off on that because we have plenty of things that are coming out that we haven't started yet, dude.
Yeah, we're just saying what we're going to watch.
I mean, I wasn't going to go through the list, but if you want to, we can. That's fine.
We did that for the last one.
You're also forgetting we did promise for several weeks now. We have some news about the future of the show.
Oh, for our fall list, we do have some news about the future of the podcast.
I wanted to end the show with that.
All right, then.
Dick tease him a little bit more.
All right, fine. And before that, next week we're going to start fall, but we're going to tell you what we are going to watch. We're not giving details. We're just going to list them down. Ethan, you go first.
I have to find the fucking list because I wasn't prepared.
All right, fine. I'll go.
I I mean, dude, I know I can. It's not that difficult for me because I'm pretty good with fucking analyst. So, Scarlet Nexus, Aquatope, and Boruto, as we already know, are continuals. So far, what's come out as of this recording, now going on almost Tuesday, October the 5th. We're both watching Ganabre Doki-chan, which is an ecchi short, TV short. Or do you want to go over what each of them consist of, or not yet?
No.
All right,
we'll do that when we actually talk. We're just talking about the title.
Okay. Okay, so we got Ganabre Doki-chan, Mushoku Tensei, which is fucking fantastic. 86 second season, which is even better. I can't wait to gush about 86. I hope that the second episode continues what I saw in episode 1, and if it does, oh good God, I am so ecstatic for 86. I'm gonna fucking woo! And then Mirako-chan has also come out, which is creepy and ecchi as well. So those are the ones that have come out thus far. Other ones that we are going to watch that are going to come out. I'll basically go over a lot of them that what's his face that Matthew's gonna watch as well. Jujutsu Kaisen movie. We'll review when that comes out, whenever that comes out for us in America.
We won't get it till 2022.
I know, but it comes out in the fall, so it's worth mentioning. Demon Slayer doesn't come out till December. It's the most anticipated anime of the year, I think.
But we will be watching the first episode because that's original outside the movie.
Yes, and we will bring the review for you on that. Komi Can't Communicate comes out, I believe, on October 23rd, which is Saturday, October 23rd. Yep. Can't wait to watch that. JoJo comes out in December as well. We will watch that.
So that'll be in our winter reviews, most likely.
Yes. One of the most anticipated animes that's dropped in a while from the creators of Death Note, Platinum End. I'm very intrigued, very high expectations from plenty of people in regards to this, so we're going to be watching that together. The Sword Art Online movie comes out in Japan on October the 3rd, and as we mentioned last week during our news and notes, it does come out December the 3rd here in I said not October 3rd, I'm sorry, October 30th is when it comes out in Japan, but December 3rd is when it drops here in America. So we will review that in December as well, give you a full breakdown on that. I think you're watching Blue Period. I'm not.
Mine is going to be a maybe.
You're a maybe on Blue Period. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching 86 as I mentioned. Mirako-chan I mentioned. Takt OP is another one that is got high expectations. It's a Studio Mappa, I believe, production. And I believe it's Mappa and Madhouse, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Two of the biggest creators for Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan. So again, a lot of expectations for that one. We'll be watching that together. World's Finest Assassin is another one we'll be watching together. That's got some potential as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out. World Ends Harem is another one that has a lot of attention on it because it's of its ecchi nature. It's supposedly in some ways similar to the etchiness that we see in Redo of Healer of all things, which is going to be absolutely incredible. We know we won't get a full version on that because it's going to be on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll will censor it. So if it's going to be that ecchi, it'll be quite censored. But there's an actual story to this, unlike for some of the other ones. So that's got potential for that. I've got so far Fairway Paladin. That's another one. That's on my list. Banished from the Hero's Party is a funny isekai that looks like it has plenty of potential, so I'll be watching that. My Senpai is Annoying is a nice rom-com that will be out. Star Wars Visions is out as well. I'm on the fence on Star Wars Visions. I'll get to it eventually, but for now I'm not watching it anytime soon. So My Senpai is Annoying, funny rom-com that comes out, I believe, this coming weekend. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. One of the most anticipated ones from Matthew and I is the second part of Way of the House Husband that comes out also
late October. We could actually finish and review it next episode.
When does it drop?
Couple of days.
It drops in a couple of days. Yeah,
October 7th.
We could try and binge it and see. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, if it's 5 episodes, if it's like 10, 15 minutes again, yeah, we could finish.
Is it only 5 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can spend some time then. Way of the House, so we'll bring you that.
And we'll get it out of the way.
We'll get it out the way. Ganabre Doki-chan, we already mentioned. I'm not watching it. Matthew may watch it. There's another movie, Forgiven, the yaoi musical.
Yeah, Yeah, the OVA. Yes, I will be watching that.
An OVA. Yep. So there's that. Sing a Bit of Harmony is a movie, I believe.
I think we're getting that in January.
Yeah. No, it says 23 days from now is when it drops.
Well, in Japan.
In Japan, yeah, we'll see when we get that.
I think we're getting it early 2022.
I would love that. The one that I had mentioned when I mentioned Duke of Death, there's a anime. What is it? Taisho Otome Fairy Tale, and I read that, and I'm looking forward to it because of the fact that it has to do with a downtrodden boy who's shunned by his family after breaking his arm. He's no longer the heir of the family. It's set in the 1920s. His father, feeling pity for him, buys him a wife. And the wife becomes a ray of sunshine in his dark soul. The guy went from plotting his death to plotting a future with the woman. And it sounds just like Duke of Death. So I can't wait to see that. Bakihanama is another one that's coming out. Or it has come out already. It came out September 30th on Netflix. I have not watched it yet. I don't know when I will, but I will watch it. It's tough for me to want to watch Baki after the atrocity that they had for the second half of that season 2, from the previous season, I should say. But we'll give it a go, see how that goes nonetheless. And as I go on, I took Tesla Note off. If I hear things on Tesla Note, I will watch it. Deiji Meets Girl was one that I was interested in, but I don't really feel like watching it on YouTube otherwise, if it's not on these. So I'm not really gonna, and it's only 2 minutes long, so I'm not gonna put much effort into that. And I think that's it for me. As you can tell, we have a lot of titles this season. There's upwards of like, I think 18 titles perhaps. That we're going to be watching, 18 to 20 titles, which will put me on par with, I think it was Winter the previous year, or where we had a fuck ton of titles. And so far, Winter this year looks to be pretty clear, although we're going to have a lot of major titles. But in any case, we got a lot of work.
For me, again, Blue Period is a maybe. We will see. Mushoku Tensei Part 2 is great so far. We'll talk about that next week. Hieke Story, that Chinese anime with the trailer showed you. Yeah, it's 3 episodes in and it is great so far. I'm loving it. Ryoko-chan is one. Funny so far. I'm not getting the scary yet, but we will see. The Night Beyond the Tri-Corner Window is the yaoi anime. It is. I'll get to it Monday.
Hold on, what one was it?
The yaoi one, The Night Beyond the Tri-Corner Window, the mystery one.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it? It's got. Is it full yaoi, or is it like just got the yaoi undertone?
The innuendos is there so far, but it's definitely a yaoi, and the innuendo jokes feel a little forced.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure how it'll go. From the poster, I expected this to be a little darker.
Yeah, I would think so.
But it's not so far, but I will give it a chance to see how it goes. Let's move on. Demon Slayer, I don't have to worry about till December, so that saves me some time, saves me some space. Komi-san Can't Communicate. We are going to get that near the end of the month. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. I would love to see Lupin the Third Part 6 if I know where to find it, because I love Lupin the Third. So I got to figure out where I can go for that. This one is a maybe. I'm not sure yet. Ranking of Kings. It looks interesting, so I'm gonna wait till there's reviews for that. Platinum Ed was a must. I had to see it. It looks interesting. The same people that made Death Note. Despite the ending of Death Note. The Faraway Paladin looked great from the poster, so I got intrigued. World's Greatest Assassin. The premise is there, so I'm curious to see how this goes. My senpai is annoying. I think I talked to that one about you.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
It looks funny. It looks like a Uzaki-chan in a sense, but this time not college. World and Harem is definitely one to get the etchiness off.
Gotta bust your etchy nut.
Tact OP Destiny. Looks great. I think this one could be the show stealer for the season.
It's got potential, dude. The animation looks stellar, and the story, we'll see how it goes, but it's definitely got some real potential for
that. Visual Prison. It's an original anime. It's a supernatural. It looks unique, so I'm going to give it a whirl. Aquatope, obviously, Core 2. I'm scrolling. Where the house husband. We'll be talking about that next week for sure. Super Crooks. I need more details on that. So, but it's probably gonna be a yes. If it's the same people that did Great Pretender, then hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Is that on here? Where's Super Crooks?
It's gonna be on Netflix. It's an ONA.
No, I know it's on. It's on thing.
Yeah, it comes out November 25th, so we got time.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna have it. Yeah,
definitely the given OVA. Sing a bit of Harmony when it comes out. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. And of course Ganbare Doki-chan for my other short.
Ganabre Doki-chan.
Whatever. Again with Demon Slayer and JoJo, that's in December. It'll be considered winter, so I'm not worried about that till then. I believe that is it. That's quite a bit of titles. And before we close it, should we get ready for the announcement?
All right. The big news, ladies and gentlemen. I had to sit up for this. I'm sitting up and facing the computer directly while I say this.
Don't worry, we're not leaving.
Much to your chagrin.
Despite your popular request, we ain't leaving.
Nope, we're not leaving. So all right. I want to break this down and preface this by saying that Matthew and we love watching new seasonals. Matthew has been watching anime significantly longer than I have, and so he's seen a lot of the classic stuff. I myself haven't seen much classic stuff. Right now I'm doing a small binge of Cowboy Bebop for the first time, so I'm watching one episode a day. I didn't get a chance to watch one today, but I'm doing one episode a day basically so I can try and finish Cowboy Bebop. There's a lack of knowledge from my side, if I'm being candid, of a lot of classics. But from what we noticed specifically in our group, because at the end of the day, as much as we created this podcast for the world, ideally, it was originally made for our group, Eat the Cake Anime. And a lot of people in that group just don't give a flying fuck about any seasonals. They either refuse to invest time, they either don't have the time to invest in new animes,
or they go for the basic shonen ones,
or they go for basic popular shonen, or stuff that's like super duper uber talked about, which is mostly shonen. So there's a discrepancy from that standpoint. However, as based from Matthew's special episode with his buddy on Evangelion, there's a lot of popularity, and a lot of people care about the old shit, the shit that is from yesteryear, the shit that people consider classics, the shit that people will never forget, even though I'm sure there's other animes that may top them in some capacity, not saying names or anything, but just, there's, as far as I'm concerned, there's definitely anime out there for a good portion of people that are like, oh, this is timeless. And maybe not. At least that's my perspective from someone who watches consistently new anime. So with that said,
we are going to do a secondary series.
Yes.
Starting in November.
Are we going to start in November? I didn't know if we had a start date yet.
I would say sometime next month, because we're definitely not going to do it this month.
No, we're definitely going to. Well, I mean, fucking the first 2 weeks of November, I got family coming in the first week. I've got EDC.
Then maybe in 2022.
No, it'll happen. Maybe in December. We'll see. We'll figure it out, but it's coming soon. We're going to have basically a second show, and it's going to focus on two things. It's going to focus on older discussions, because at the end of the day, it leads into the second thing, and that's we want guests. We always talk about guests. We always talk about fans. We want you guys to participate. We do this show for you guys. And so, as you can tell with listening to our podcast, we go on and we go on and we go on and we go on about certain shit. So rather than try and have a 4-hour podcast, if we try to include seasonals and conversations, we're going to break it down into 2 shows. Our first show will be the same weekly show. We're only going to break down the weeklies, and as you can tell from fall season, we have a lot of weeklies to break down, so it's going to take a lot of time.
Yep.
So we're going to basically just do that and that alone. The second show will have guests. We will try our hardest to bring guests on. We're going to create a guest sheet. We'll try and bring you on. We'll have an idea of what you want to talk about.
Yeah, basically whatever your favorite is. If we have seen it, we will talk about it, or we just hear you gush about it. There'll be certain times where we want to talk about certain topics. We're definitely going to have a Cowboy Bebop episode to commemorate the live action series. So once we finish that, we're going to talk about the anime and then the live action series.
Yeah.
I said I would get my friend on for Toradora if I watch it, so I will after Fruits Baskets.
Yes.
But yeah, there's plenty. There's gonna be plenty of guests.
I know I want to do a Code Geass episode. I want to do a Hunter x Hunter episode. I want to do a Naruto episode. I want to do a Bleach episode. Especially, we should do a Bleach episode in December, seeing as the Bleach supposedly is going to come out in December, if I'm not mistaken. So
we will see. I probably won't be in that one.
Yeah, so you know,
this will be something that we're both going to be on it, or one or the other, depending on the anime.
Yeah, so it'll be more concise, and we'll use that time as well for news and notes. We'll do news and notes during that one as well, so we can focus entirely, because again, we have so much to talk about during the fall season. We'll talk about that exclusively on the first show. Second show will be news and notes, guests, and talks with Matthew and I about older anime, and we can we'll tie in some of the newer anime, because I know that's something
if it's a light day, we'll probably say, hey, bring up certain topics you want us to discuss, and then we'll just do it like that.
Yes, we always talked about fan questions. We tried submitting it. We didn't really get a lot of take, but hopefully with this new format, with people from our group, with people outside of the group, if you reach out to us, definitely we can try and make that happen. I want people, if possible, I know majority of people have Instagram, some don't, like Matthew, for example. He doesn't have Instagram, but we're going to do our plugs a little bit early for this one here, because if you want to be on our show, if you want to have a fan question or anything, reach out to us on Twitter. You're Damien Phoenix what?
Damien Phoenix 12. I am going to most likely make Twitter tomorrow if nothing happens.
So you can reach out to Matthew there. You can reach out to me at Showstopper24, SHOSTOPPA24. You can reach out to me on the on my analyst.co page at SHOSTOPPA249. You can reach out to me there. You can also reach out to us as a whole, even though I'm the one that's managing the Instagram account, but you can reach out to us as a whole on our Instagram at Talk the Keki, TalkTheKeki. Talk the Keki. We are on Instagram. I have been trying to post. I made a couple posts fairly recently in the last couple weeks, so we're trying to get traction on that. You can reach out to us there. I'm also on Instagram at podcast.senpai, as well as my anime Instagram, AI_anime24. Any of those avenues would be perfect for us. We'll be relaying this information to each other. We'll include you in our guest list. And if you do reach out to us and want to be on the show, let us know something that you want to talk about, to see if there's other people that want to talk about that same topic. Maybe we can have a whole conglomerate, like a whole table of guests for that particular topic or series. We'll see how it goes. Again, it's very in flux, but we want to be able to get traction on our show. We want to be able to get you guys involved, and so that's the whole idea of this second show, for us to be able to try and accomplish that. So right. See how this goes.
Yeah, we'll do that, and don't worry, opening song is coming. I just need him to send me his faff of $50 so we can get that guy on Fiverr, because the original guy Bell's disappeared.
He got isekai'd.
He got isekai'd. He met Truck-kun. He met 7-Eleven. But yeah, well, we are going to find someone. The guy I showed him on Fiverr. It's so I just need his portion, and then we can get that started. But it is coming. We didn't forget. It is coming, just delayed.
Yes,
but it is in fact coming. We want to thank W2M Network for hosting us on any of your local favorite podcasts, especially Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music. And we want to thank the Chair Shot Radio for getting us on iHeartRadio and other local your favorite local podcasts. I believe that is it. Summer is officially over. We will see you next week as we review Way of the House Husband Part 2 and whatever fall animes are out. So until then, arigato, anato ofaku, and sayonara.
Sayonara, minasan!